We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and of course, SideScrollersPodcast.com. What's going on, everybody? It's Finish Strong Friday. Are you ready? Me too. Good to see you. I'm Stuttering Craig. Man, do we have a lot to talk about today? Obviously, the Game Awards were last night, and there's a lot of little information trickling out about that you may want to hear about. So stick around for that. We have a Bungie employee just going ham, suing for $50 million. And a lot of good stuff. But of course, we have Blabs.
Oh, hello. It's Friday the 13th, but it's like Christmas edition.
Oh, nice.
So, like, is somebody gonna get hacked by snowman today? I wonder.
Let's put Jason with the Santa hat on.
Yeah, ho, ho, ho. It's fine.
Nice. There you go. Well, I'm glad you're here. How's Guam treating you today?
Oh, it's good. There's lots of snow on the ground.
Very Guamanian right there. That's good. Any snow on the ground where you're at, Vera?
No, there's not. At least not yet. I feel like we don't get snow anymore.
No.
Oh, it's just gone away.
Yeah. We got flooding the other day.
That damn global warming. Global warming going to take everybody out.
Yep.
Damn it. By the way, we said this yesterday, but how long is we've been told that we have like 10 years to live? I remember hearing that.
My whole life, at least.
Since like 1999, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Well, because they had the whole countdown where it was like Y2K. It's like everything is going to stop to 2000.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was totally different than
It
global
was.
warming. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I remember being in second grade, they're like, listen, by the time you're a senior in high school, all the ice caps will have melted. We'll all be living in the ocean, and
Nice.
polar bears will be extinct.
Yeah.
Yo, do we get like powers like Aquaman? Because I'm kind of down for that then.
That would be pretty
Swimming
cool.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Fighting sharks with tridents. I'm in, man. Fighting, bro.
We have our video game right there. That's it. Waterworld with Blabs fighting sharks with tridents.
Speaking of, okay,
There we go.
Waterworld movie sucks, right? But at Universal Studios Japan, they have a whole like stuntman like arena where they do all reenact scenes from the movie with all the real stuntmen who aren't attached to any wires, and it's phenomenal. It's better than the movie.
That's pretty sick.
It's better than the movie. It's fantastic. Like fireballs and things exploding and everything. And I'm like, no shit, Universal can do this? Cool.
Sheesh.
I have seen that, and I can attest. It is wonderful.
It is amazing.
It's everything you want from a stunt show. No, they're just going around, flying around. It's
They're
fire.
insane too. And it's like, hey man, if you're a stunt person and you're looking for a job, just learn some Japanese because they're looking for white people to reenact Waterworld. I'm just saying.
All right, all you gringos looking for to live over in Japan, there you go. There's your in.
Learn some Japanese and you'll be fine.
The Waterworld Stunt Spectacular at Universal Studios Japan. There's your step in.
There's your ticket.
There it is. Well, look, we got a lot to talk about today. As I said, I want to remind you guys first and foremost, we are live over at Rumble, at rumble.com/sidescrollers. Of course, we have the X account. If you haven't followed us over on X, then how the hell would you know that Vera was going to be on the show today? How the hell would you know? Just saying.
That's right.
Anyways, we also have that Instagram account, don't we, Blabs?
We do, so follow some memes and clips of the show. Otherwise, some sort of violence upon you and your Waterworld experience.
Okay. That's, you know what? Some people will take that in a really weird direction. So probably.
No. I didn't think of it like that. All right.
Yeah. You can also watch the show over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify if you can't catch us live and you want to do the podcast thing over there, which, hey, loving that. That's been pretty fun to see over there. We also have the new Side Scrollers Shorts channel, which is growing meagerly like a little plant. But you know what? If you guys like out of context clips, you can find them over there. We're still
There's some great ones coming up for Christmas, guys. Just saying. I've been scheduling them already, and they're pretty funny.
Okay. Of course, the best place to support the show is over at sidescrollerspodcast.com. We're coming up in 2025. We're going to have some big moves over there. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Head over there now. Get in now, and let's go crazy. Of course, if you're new to us over here on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Join the 110, almost 111,000 just normal men who have found common sense in the video game entertainment and just world in general. And of course, hit that thumbs up button. I say these things not as a routine, but as seriously a call to action. There's a direct correlation between discovery of our show and you hitting that thumbs up button. So if you find even the teensiest little bit of entertainment or information from our show, hit that thumbs up button, make it a routine as you join us on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, there you go. Hell started us off right off the bat. Says, Mr. Stuttering, love the coverage last night. I remember you mentioned going back to play older games. There's an award-winning game called Chrono Trigger you should finish, but you already know. Thank you, Hell. Yes, I'm very well aware of Chrono Trigger and the Chrono Bus. Val, Vera, you ever played? Why did I say Val? You ever play Chrono Trigger before?
I've never streamed it, but I have played it, yes.
Thoughts on the Chrono Bus? That's what I just call it, the Chrono Bus. I don't know why. Actually, I know why.
Listen, Chrono Trigger is legendary for a reason. Love Chrono Trigger.
Thanks, Hell. Bringing up a sore spot right there. No, I've never beat Chrono Trigger before.
Why?
Listen, Vera. All right,
If a girl can beat it, okay,
is this
what's
what we're
your excuse?
Well, I think that girls are wonderful, Vera, and I think that all women can do things just as good as men. How's that? Including
Fair.
beating Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
See, I really dug myself out of that one, didn't I?
Yep.
That was good. All right, nice. Angela came in with the TGIF, says, hope you have a great weekend. Blaz, what was that sourpuss face for me talking? What
I just think women are really good at making sandwiches.
Blabs is like, what? We suck at everything. Way to hold women back, Blabs. Way to go. And the Titter Pig Rancher came in with the 10. Says, everyone forgets back in the 70s and 80s, it was going to be the next ice age that would end us. They just switched to global warming for no reason. Somewhere in the 88 to 90 time period. Yep, that's just kind of what happened. And those who were there, they know. They saw it happen. So, all right. Like I said, we got a lot going on. So, Blaz, please fill us in on today in video game history.
Okie dokies. December 13th is a Japanese takeover. We have Final Fantasy Legend 3 releasing in 1991. We have Clock Tower released in 1996. And we have Beyblade Let It Rip, which was awesome back in 2001. I've never played the game, but I've always had like the actual Beyblades.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was like the thing, the shit, man. When I was in elementary school, everyone would be like, all right, Beyblade, what you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You ever Beyblade, Vera?
I have, yes.
See, she got down with the Beyblade.
Yeah,
Did you?
love Beyblades.
I love Beyblades.
Did you see that Timothy Chalamet brought one to a movie premiere the other day? And he was showing it off, and it was like a blinged out Beyblade. Everyone's like, wait, what?
Timothy, like, Dune
like
guy?
Willy Wonka,
Really?
Dune.
That's
He was
hilarious.
holding it and like showing it off. It was so bizarre.
Nice. Oh my God. That, my friends, is totally
Oh my God, that's
Gay!
sorry. Go.
I'm gonna share it.
Yeah, please, Blabs, please.
What is this? It's like he's holding like the infinity ring or something.
Right? It's so
Look
bizarre.
what I got. Whatever, man.
Oh my God. As somebody who never Beyblade before.
You can't sit with us.
Oh, okay.
You can't even say it. Sheesh.
You ever pogged before?
No, that's what old people do.
The pogs are for old people. Yeah, no, pogs are for 12-year-olds in 1994. That's what they are.
Yeah, I was -2, so.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course you were. Well, some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs, and I can just see the chat just burning you up now. 33 years ago in 1991, the greatness of Tecmo Super Bowl was released. My God, what a great video
Like
game
Super
that
Bowl,
was.
like a football game?
Yes, Tecmo Super
Pass.
Bowl.
Yeah, pass.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no, no.
interested.
Those who know, know. Those who
Swipe.
know. Also, other sports game. Because once again, back in the day, you played games because they were fun, not because you were a sports gamer or an FPS gamer or a fighting. You played all video games, and I played all video games. And Super Soccer for the Super Nintendo. Man, I love that game. Also, 33 years ago in 1991 for the Nintendo Entertainment System, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project, some say the best on the original.
So I
NES.
didn't miss that. I covered that last week on a different country release. Ha!
I don't believe you.
What do you mean? Go back, man.
Also, in 1999, the sequel to 1990's Game of the Year, Strider 2, was released in the arcade, which, I don't know, you ever played Strider before, Vera?
I have not.
Oh, man. I'll tell you this right now. You get a chance to play Strider, you're going to fall in love with it. There's a remake back on the 360 and PlayStation 3 that was just called Strider, and it was a phenomenal Metroidvania. It probably one of the best games of the year, and it's just kind of gone off into the oblivion.
I'll have to pick it up.
Yeah, I don't know if you can anymore, but I definitely encourage you checking it out. Also today, another game that you missed on the list, 23 years ago for the PlayStation 2. Let me make sure you did miss it. Yes, you did. Fatal Frame was released in Japan for the PlayStation 2.
So amazing.
Another game that you missed. Jeez, today's a banger of a list. Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, 22 years ago in 2002. Another game that you missed.
You say I missed like I did this on purpose when I can only pick 3.
We know your intentions. Gran Turismo 5 for the PlayStation 3, 17 years ago. And there are some other ones, but whatever. Like 7 Days to Die in 2013. Yeah, so there you go.
I couldn't find any copies of any of the games on the list today in my collection. I know I own a couple, but I could not find them. But I found yesterday's PSP box release. Does that count for anything?
Look at that.
Yeah, let's check it out right there.
Right
Bingo.
there.
Look at
It's in
that.
box.
That counts. That counts.
That was yesterday, but I couldn't find anything from today.
Well, to be fair, all these were like the Japanese versions for today.
Well,
so
true.
We'll give the excuse in the past. Just come prepared next time.
I will.
All right.
Roger.
Gear came in, says, I'd like to congratulate, how do you say it? Is it Balatro?
Yeah,
right?
Balatro.
Balatro, Astrobot, and Black Myth Wukong for making a great run this year, but the real winners are Infinity Nikki, hi Vera, and Girls Frontline Exilium. I've never even heard of that before. What is that?
I don't know. I think that was mentioned last time I was on too.
Okay. All right. We'll make
I
a
need
reference.
to look that up.
Sounds good. Thank you for that. Also, one time at Bandcamp says, did I watch Dread yet? No. Kratos came in. Kratos Raptor says, I recognize the woman from the last game from the Game Awards. That's Tati Gabrielle. She was the new Sabrina the Teenage Witch on the show Netflix. Oh, okay.
She is also in Uncharted. She is the lead actress for the new Naughty Dog game.
Oh, Blabs, what are we looking at on your screen?
Okay, remember the other day when you're like, I was almost going to use 2 hands for your microphone? Well, somebody just decided to edit it today, and well, here it is.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, good, I'm back. All right, guys, what do you think? I'm just saying. Gay, but yeah. Anyway, hi. Feeling better now?
I don't feel good about this show at all, right?
I think it's great. Like, look at your teeth, man. What happened?
Oh, that's not edited at all. You kidding me? That was a real shot from the show where I was sticking the giant zucchini in my mouth with my broken ass teeth and my Hitler mustache, right? Remember that? Hey, B Chain came in and says we've only been accurately measuring global temperatures for 150 years ish, a microscopic slice of geological scale. To the point of insignificance, yeah.
True.
Retromeister says last night's Game Awards proves it's overstayed its welcome, filled with forced corpo DEI BS, why Craig is doing his own and Jeff failed to stop. Yeah, well, listen, you guys head over to therealgameawards.com. Voting, we had a new category open up today at 9 a.m. So we're going to be opening up new categories for you to vote on for the next week. So head on over there and become a voting member. Use promo code SIDESCROLLERS. Joker's Disciple says, never forget Hypno had the chance to cure all cancers and wokeness in gaming and save all the puppies and kittens yesterday, but didn't. Selfish. That's true. There was the hypothetical last night that Hypno could have done all those things, but all he needed to do was make out with Mercante for 10 minutes with solid eye contact, and he refused.
Ew.
I agree. Totally selfish.
What?
Totally. That's all he needed to do.
You want him to be sexually assaulted?
No, for 10 minutes, if he could cure all cancer and do all these wonderful things.
It's still sexual assault, man. Doing something you don't want to do.
You're not going to take one for the team for 10 minutes to do all this stuff? I would.
You would kiss Mercante.
For 10 minutes to end cancer? To cure
I
all
don't know.
cancers?
I think she just punched me in the face, so what do I know?
I'd work through it for 10 minutes. The most important thing, though, is the solid eye contact. You got to be like staring at him in the face the entire time.
Are you a psycho?
No, I'm just saying. Listen, I will take one for the team if I can do all these wonderful things, including saving the puppies and kittens. You know,
I mean, the puppies and kittens is kind of is a big reason to do it.
No. There's too many layers to this onion. There's no way you can
really
just save all of that. I mean, you can just go outside and save a dog or cat on your very own without having to suffer sexual assault.
But
I'm just saying, don't make this about Harvey Weinstein. Say no.
No, Blabs, you can cure cancer.
I bet you already can. It's just pharmaceuticals.
But after 10 minutes, it's gone. Everything's gone. That grandma.
I feel like there needs to be a terms of service to lay everything out. I don't want some verbal agreement here.
We need a contract.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. All right.
I'm thinking smart here.
Just remember this, guys. Just remember who's the good one in all this. All right.
Craig just wants to kiss Alyssa.
Yeah.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
That sounds pretty gay, honestly, Craig. I'm not gonna lie.
Kind of does.
Hang on. Where's Rachel?
Weird.
I would cure cancer.
Gay!
All the puppies and kittens.
Yeah.
They're all fine. Wokeness is gone. Cancer is done. 10 minutes, 600 seconds. That's all I'm saying. Stay-at-home Hippo came in and says, afternoon, bro chachos, and howdy, Vera. Opened up Steam and saw Hitman franchise and Bandai Namco games are on sale. Unknown 9 is 50% for $25. Even $1 is too expensive for that game.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you very much, Stay-at-home Hippo. Greatly appreciate that. Michael Hall says Tecmo Super Bowl is still played in tournaments all over the country. Hands down, the best football game ever made, except for NFL Blitz. Hey, thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. You know what's going on. Bullet came in and says, yeah, Roger. What's our vector, Victor? What's our Clarence? If you get that reference, you're cool. Do you get that reference? Anybody?
I do.
I
feel like I know. Oh God, what is it? It's airplane.
Yes, I was gonna say bingo. Yep. Airplane.
I thought when Vara first did it, when she said Roger, I was like, aha, prequel meme. But no, so never mind.
DB Wild came in with the 20. Says, I cast my votes over at the Real Game Awards a bit ago, and I vote best Utah wearing streamer on this show to be Craig, best Potter-loving streamer on this show to be Blabs, and best fiery orange-haired gal on the show to be Vera. Hail. Hey, DB Wild, thank you very much. It's incredibly generous. Thank you for casting your vote. And this is true. Mayonnaise Chase just says, Blabs doesn't understand hypotheticals. That's true. She doesn't understand that it's not actually real. But
unless you can see it.
Yeah. All right, we do see every Super Chat, every Director Nation, and Rumble Rant. But today, we actually are extremely fortunate because we have a sponsor, and that wonderful sponsor is Surfshark. So check this out, please. Now look, we all know that the internet is a crazy, not-so-secure place, which is why we're extremely proud to have today's sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark is a premium VPN that protects your personal information online, defends all your devices against viruses and malicious software, and here's the kicker for me that I love. It guarantees the security of your emails, your credit cards, and other sensitive data. And while safety and security are super important, I use Surfshark for more fun reasons, like watching shows and movies that aren't available in the United States. Let's just say, hypothetically, that a show is only available on Hulu in the United States, but in the UK, it's only on Netflix. Well, I'm in the United States and I don't have Hulu, but I have Netflix. And all of a sudden, with one little change, top of the morning, governor, I'm from the UK and I'm watching Paddington 2. Don't judge me. And to top it all off, you got 24/7 customer support. Look, we greatly appreciate Surfshark for sponsoring today's episode. They support us, so please support them. So do yourself and us a huge favor and go to surfshark.com/sidescrollers, which you can find that link in the description and the pinned comments down below. Or if you don't want to do that, you can actually scan the QR code on your screen right now and you get 4 extra months at unbeatable prices. Hey, thanks again, Surfshark. We appreciate it. All right, so that's a big deal for us because sponsors, like anybody who sponsors our show, like they're technically taking a risk. they're like, so we appreciate that. So do us a favor, head over to Surfshark and use our code and get all the fun stuff you got there. But thank you very much. And look, you may see more moving ahead. So like, it's a big deal for us, and we greatly appreciate those sponsors coming in because, like, legitimately taking a risk on us. So, with all that said, we do have a lot to talk about. So let's get into it, ladies. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. Hard News. All right, I just simply have here on the run sheet, it just says Dick Van Dyke is 99 years old.
Yeah, I just thought we'd do a little shout out and say happy birthday. Happy birthday, Dick.
Did he vote? Could he not wait to cast his vote for Kamala Harris too? Or what? Was that?
No, he said he didn't care about that Trump was winning because he'd be dead. He said that while you were on vacation. No, what was it? When you had no internet, Craig, and Ryan was on the show, we were talking about that. So, yeah. I mean, he said, listen, he can have whatever political opinions he wants. I just think he's a really great actor and dancer. So, shout out Dick Van Dyke.
He is certainly class. Now, he looks old here. This is from 13 years ago.
You remember seeing him in, like, Night at the Museum? But he's actually dancing in the end credits of the first Night at the Museum. It's pretty awesome.
Now, Dick Van Dyke,
2008.
He is a legend. I mean,
yeah, he is.
Absolutely. Oh boy. Okay, let's get a picture of him today. Hold on. I think it's important to have a picture of Dick Van Dyke today for reference. Let's see. Yeah, here he is. This is exactly what I'd expect from a picture from Dick Van Dyke, and I'm going to show this. Here we go. You ready for this?
He looks like the old man from Home Alone.
Oh, he's kind of got old man Home Alone-ish vibes going on right now.
Gonna beat someone with a shovel.
Did you know, speaking of Home Alone, I would say probably the best Christmas movie of all time. Yep. Yeah.
Agreed.
The old man with the shovel was not actually in the original script. Do you know that?
Oh.
I saw that. I was watching a behind the scenes of Home Alone from like 25 years ago on yesterday.
Yeah.
of all things, and apparently at the very end of the movie, where the dad comes home, he's like, "What have you been doing?" He's like, "Just hanging around." You know, it's supposed to end on a freeze frame there and fade to black. But they added the old man character, to kind of give a little more depth and charm and love to the meaning to the story, and I think it was awesome. So
great addition then.
Mm-hmm. Super smart. Also, Dick Van Dyke. So there's that. Golly, that's a face for a thumbnail. All right. Anyways, do you have a favorite Dick Van Dyke movie, Blabs?
Ooh, Mary Poppins, Night at the Museum. He was also good in that 90s show. What's it called? Shit, it's where he and his son are doctors and everything. Why the fuck can't I remember it? Damn, I can't remember the name of it. Do you remember what I'm talking about? The 90s show. He's like the main actor. He's a surgeon.
No.
Damn. Chat will know.
No, I don't.
Chat will know.
Well, I'm not totally.
Diagnosis murder. Thank you.
That's it.
Chat always knows. Yeah. I'm not totally caught up on the Dick Van Dyke catalog.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah, that's another great one. I also really liked Murder 101. I don't know if you guys ever saw that.
Nope.
It's got Pierce Brosnan.
I'm a fan of Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Like I said, Pierce Brosnan. Better Bond or love interest in Miss Doubtfire? Just throwing it out there. Which one?
I mean,
Bond.
clearly the answer is Bond.
Oh, man.
But
there is something magical about seeing Robin Williams throw a lime at the back of his head.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
That's pretty good. All right. Let's move on to another quick hit here. This is actually very cool. I saw this morning and I was like, oh, shit. This is very neat to see. You guys big Michael Jackson fans?
I mean, I like his music.
yeah.
I
That's
bop to his
what I mean.
music. So yeah.
Yeah, Michael Jackson is the king of pop. Will always be the king of pop. His music is phenomenal. I don't know what's up with the allegations. I don't even know if they're real. I know some people think they're real. Some people think they're not. I don't know, right? There's always the conspiracy theory. But the point of this is not to talk about that. The point is that apparently a trove of unreleased Michael Jackson tapes were found in a storage unit in
What?
San Fernando Valley, including 12 unreleased tracks
Damn.
and music Jackson worked on prior to the Dangerous album from 1989 to 1991.
How did nobody know about that?
I mean,
What storage unit? Whose storage unit?
probably his. You know, that's the thing when it comes to a lot of these. This is not like, YouTube where you're releasing videos every day or whatever. Like a lot of musicians, what they do is they'll write 30, 40 songs and
Yeah.
they'll just take 10, 11, 12 and put them on their album. And some of those you never heard. It's not like they just make a song and they put it out. They really mull over what's going to go on their album and the order of the songs and all that stuff. And some just get cut. So this is actually really, really cool. And if they were to sell this music or sell these tapes, I mean, you're looking at a pretty penny. And think about this. A few years ago, remember there was that the shows where people would go up to the storage lockers and they'd buy the storage lockers and then they'd go and
Those always look so fun. It's like, what's in the box?
right. Could you imagine if you bought this storage locker or this storage unit and you showed up and you're like, holy fuck, Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
you'd be like a billionaire. You got Michael Jackson music.
Since we don't know whose storage unit is, it's probably not his, and it probably took them years to authenticate them. That's why we haven't known about them until now.
That could be true.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in hearing it for sure, though.
Oh yeah.
hell
Because it would
yes.
probably be good music. So I'm down to listen to it. I'm not down to listen to like the Beatles AI shit. No, thank you for that. But like
No.
authentic music from Michael Jackson, yeah.
I mean, I know several people who are all on board with what's being thrown down with that. Just the idea that there's Michael Jackson music that hasn't been heard is really, really exciting. And I can't wait. Can't wait for that. There was a story earlier today about Riot buying a bunch of Bitcoin, but that appears to have been deleted. So we're not going to do that. There was a story that said Riot bought like $500 million in Bitcoin. And it's kind of like, yo, that's kind of late to the game.
I have it on Coinpedia, but it's still there.
Yeah, is that the same one?
Yeah, it's Riot Platforms Inc. acquires 5,117 Bitcoin for 510 million.
All right. Vera, do you own
Wow.
any Bitcoin?
I do not know.
Do you regret not buying Bitcoin when it was 7 cents?
Well, when was it 7 cents?
Oh, I don't know, like 2008, right?
Okay, well, I would have been 10 years old, so
Why
I
didn't
don't
you get in,
regret
Vera?
it. I don't regret it.
Damn, Vera, you got to start early. Start investing.
Yeah, right?
Wait, when did Bitcoin first start again?
Probably 2000. I mean, the first time I remember hearing about it was probably 2008, 2009.
Yeah, no. Would have been like 11.
You're telling me you didn't go in on Bitcoin early? Blabs?
No.
What the fuck? All right.
I know. Dude,
How much Bitcoin do you have, Craig?
Yeah, I was in high school, man.
I bought 7,000 Bitcoin early on, and I
Wow.
want to let you know that I am officially a Bitcoin quadrillionaire. So,
Wow.
No,
That's crazy.
Not true at all.
It's like, if that's true, you wouldn't be here today. You'd be like, au revoir, bon voyage.
Yeah. No, I do own a fraction of a Bitcoin.
Wow.
Like a fraction of a Bitcoin. I have a little bit of crypto. I went and bought Doge. And by the way, I'm not telling you to go buy this. Apparently you have to say that. You have to say, well, I'm not giving you financial advice because I'm not. But I did buy some Doge because I think that Doge will blow up once the new administration pops in, just simply because there's going to be the Doge Department of Government Efficiency. And I think those, depending on how well one goes, the other one will go as well, just for the meme perspective of it. So
Yeah.
Anyways, my thought with like Riot buying this, this feels really late to the game. If you're going to buy Bitcoin, you probably don't want to buy them when they're $100,000 a piece.
Nope.
Do you think that Bitcoin will eventually become something that's used on a day-to-day basis?
I don't know. That's hard to say.
Buzz, what about you?
Don't ask me.
Don't ask me. Okay, sounds good. Well, looking at the Bitcoin price, even if you were just to buy it pre-pandemic, think about this. If you were to buy when the pandemic started in March of 2020, look at the price of this. And at the time, this seemed ridiculous. The idea like, you're going to pay $5,000 for a Bitcoin? You would have 20x your money at this point. 20 times your money. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine turning $6,000 or $6,700 into $101,000 just by owning that? I mean, good for everybody who owns that stuff. But
Yeah.
Chad, do you guys own any Bitcoin? I think I asked this a couple days ago. And if you do, good for you. That's great. Congratulations. Also, congratulations. War Machine gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Right, Blabs?
That's right, memberships. Thank you, all 5 of them. It's a lot of memberships.
Joss is right. He says Craig lost his savings on the Hawk Tua coin.
Yeah, she's been very quiet, hasn't she?
She has.
She's
knows
gone
that-
undercover.
Yep,
in her
she
bunker.
knows that she's gotten absolutely wrecked by the internet.
When will we hear from her? Has she tweeted anything?
In a lawsuit. Yeah, I'm actually about to go look at
I
as you
think
say
she
that.
did a podcast episode a couple of days ago. Or at least there was a clip going around of her sounding like an 8-year-old going, well, I gotta go to bed.
She does.
Everyone was roasting her.
She does sound like Cletus the slack-jawed Gogol from The Simpsons, doesn't she? Well, it's me. I'm gonna go Hawk Tua on that, and like, once again, it was cute. I know we made this clip and we talked about it last week, but it was like cute initially, and then it was like, oh, okay, you're kind of a horrible piece of shit, So
Yeah.
But apparently she gives great BJs.
So she hasn't done anything on Twitter since December 4th. And it was just her trying to like explain everything.
Okay,
Right.
what'd she do before then? What was her tweet before then though? Because what if she only tweets like once a week? It's been 9 days.
No, she's kind of active December 4th, December 3rd, December 2nd, November 30th, November 29th, November 28th, November 28th. Yeah,
Okay,
so
she-
November 27th. Yeah, she's pretty active.
So somebody told her to shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, sounds good. Kratos came in and says, you heard it here. Craig would kiss a dude. I don't think curing disease has anything to do with it. Kratos, thanks. Melted ice caps covered girth came in with the 10. So just some normal innocent support for some normal innocent men. The Waterworld movie does not suck, Blabs. Kevin Costner is 9 feet tall and ripped as shit. Hair all flowing back and black like a falcon's tail. You could never be him. That's right. You let her know.
I will never be Kevin Costner. I'm fine with that.
Oh my god. And Delta Gamer says, I'm thankful for Kirsha. I made a joke when that one mobile team advocating for fighting global warming at the Game Awards, and it came true. Tencent got an award for quote totally normal dude who's helping the industry. To find out he's a director there. Yeah, we're gonna get to all the Game Awards stuff in just a little bit. I didn't even have Blast. Please go on a run sheet and add the bit about the global warming mobile game because that was phenomenal. See if you can find that. Also, Carpet University says, This is a bit random, but I saw a story saying Disney Plus is doing a Malcolm in the Middle revival. Not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, I actually just put that in the private chat like 10 minutes ago. Weird.
Thoughts on that?
Well, I've never seen the original, so I can't really say anything.
Ooh, Malcolm in the Middle is really good.
Yeah, I didn't have Disney during that time period, so I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, I'm just getting sick of revivals and remakes and reboots, and it's just so frustrating because there's a reason why the original is so beloved, and when you have to start replacing actors, or if like you're doing a continuation and actors don't want to return, then it just all falls apart.
Frankie Muniz, he was like on top of the world.
He was everywhere.
Also, isn't Malcolm in the Middle Fox, or wasn't it Fox, and now it's Disney?
Yeah, they own Fox is where it originally ran, but
Yeah.
but I mean, The Simpsons are on Fox, and The Simpsons are they're on Disney Plus and everything.
Well, they're on Disney Plus now, yeah. But she had said that she hadn't seen it because it was Disney.
Yeah,
but I was gonna say,
I never saw it. I guess I thought it was on Disney as a kid, and I just must have missed it then.
Okay.
Right.
Bryan Cranston, what's he done since then? Whatever. They're saying a 4-episode run on Disney Plus. It centers around Malcolm and his daughter as they're drawn into the family's chaos when Hal and Lois demand his presence for their 40th wedding anniversary. So that was a fun show, like a slice of life in the late 90s, early 2000s. That was kind of the idea behind it, and I'm sure that if some people went back and watched it today, like the younger kids, they probably had no idea what some of the references are and stuff. But All right, let's go on to another show, but on the internet. Did you hear the news, Vera, about Hot Ones?
I did. I don't know the details, but I did hear about it.
Okay. Hot Ones, one of the bigger shows on the internet, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Sean Evans, who nobody knew who Sean Evans was prior to Hot Ones, but BuzzFeed, who is just looking for money anywhere they can find it, has sold Hot Ones for $83 million.
Ooh.
Holy
Well, you have
shit.
to consider that they have so many celebrities on and singers on and actors on. So they've really garnered a massive reputation over the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's been massive. We saw earlier this year they did fake Hot Ones, like totally scripted Hot Ones with animated characters and such. Initially the show was, pretty, it felt authentic, and it's gotten more and more Hollywood with integrations and such as it's gone on. There's a couple cartoon characters we saw earlier this season, and it's been mostly used as like a promotional unit, where when a movie comes out, people are like, we'll get them on Hot Ones and we'll have our actor have some.
Yeah,
lines, but,
don't they also sell their own hot sauce?
They do.
Like their own brand? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I have never bought it, but.
So to put this in perspective, it says the series launched almost a decade ago. The YouTube channel has over 14 million subscribers and 4 billion views. It has landed interviews with some of the biggest celebrities in entertainment, including Margot Robbie, Paul Rudd, Jennifer Lawrence, Idris Elba, Tom Holland, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so they sold this for $83 million. I'm going to tell you this right now. When I sold Screw Attack, we had a total accumulation of 3 billion views, and this was in 2013. I did not sell that company for $83 million. I promise you that. Man, I was so fucking early. It's ridiculous. Anyways, good for him. And that is interesting that a parent company would just sell a show like that.
They probably think that they can get the money for it and then invest a little bit of that money into a new show, and then that new show will make them money, so they're walking away with a big profit. That's what I would assume.
Man, I mean, the revenue on that show, usually something like this, there's a 3 to 5x multiple on the revenue. So, that show's probably making, and this sounds crazy to say, that show's probably making between, I don't know, $1 million a month, probably 12 million bucks a year, 15 million a year, which is stupid money, especially for a show about hot sauce. But hey, it is what it is. Good for that. This guy is rich now. Congratulations, dude. You made it. And I saw Camelot in the comments over here just says the OG industry plant right here, right there. Everybody sees it. Vera, if somebody came to you and was like, listen, $80 million for your channel, how quickly would you sign that?
Probably pretty quickly, to be fair, because my channel's not worth even close to that. But it still wouldn't necessarily be easy to walk away from like a channel you've spent years building.
Of course, until.
But $83 million is a nice chunk of change, and the pain will go away quickly.
Right. And, okay, question for the chat. What's your number, right? What's the number that, let's say you built something for 3, 4, 5 years, right? It's grown, in this case, 10 years, right? Hot Ones was 10 years. You spend 10 years of your life growing it. It's your child, right? It's your baby. You've grown it. And then somebody comes and is like, hey, I want to buy your baby. What's your number? 5 million? 10 million? You know? Dale came in. $12. That's good. Dale, you're underselling yourself, friend. Blabs, what about you?
For sure.
When you say baby, you mean like our YouTube channels and not our physical children and stuff, right? We're not pulling a Chinese axe here, right?
No, Blabs, we've been talking about YouTube channels for the
Yeah,
last,
I'm just
like, 5 minutes.
clarifying here. All right, yeah, no, I wouldn't actually sell my channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
All right. Look at that integrity. Look at that integrity. That's good.
Unless it was like $10 million. And it's like, well, that's more than I'll ever make.
Now it changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what
Listen,
I said,
isn't that
Blabs.
what you say, Craig? Everyone always has a price. But it's like,
Yes.
well, it would have to be like a huge amount of money to make me sell my baby that I put integrity into and everything.
Chat was starting to say Blabs has integrity. Now it's going to change to Blabs.
That's
What do you
alright.
mean?
Well, listen, if I could still make another channel on my own, start all over again, plus have $10 million.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's what I'm saying.
Elaine Juggalo says, my price is 5 M&M McFlurries. I know what I got. There we go. That's nice. And good for you. Yeah. And you know, everybody's got a price. And I never have any issues with people, you know, people like, I remember when I sold Screw Attack, people were like, you sold out. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, number one, it was the best situation for everybody who worked for me because we didn't have insurance. We didn't have any of that stuff. And like everyone's scraping by. Number two, look, it's like people get upset about people being successful and making money. And as you said, Blabs, at a certain point, you can just start over. And guess what? Mm-hmm. We've done that here. I've done that twice. And here we are the third time. And guess what? We're still here kicking ass, which is awesome. So good for us. Mr. Michael, thank you so much for the Side Scrollers membership.
That's
Make sure
right.
You guys say thank you.
I think we need to do memberships t-shirts.
That's a horrible idea. You probably should put shit on a t-shirt.
They could be brown.
Yeah, great. By the way, we do have a new t-shirt coming. It's very, very cool. Vera, I need to show you the shirt.
You do.
Show you.
I haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be very, very excited for this thing. It's great. All right. Mike says, the better question is, how much money would you need to watch someone else run your creation into the ground? Right? Yeah, I've been there before. Seen that before in real time as it happens. Not as much as you think. I promise you that. All right, let's keep moving on. Speaking of things being run into the ground, GameStop is planning to close 300 more stores. So isn't that exciting?
Yeah, that's after the 300 that closed last year.
Oh,
It is what it is.
It is what you.
It makes me sad because I love physical media and I try to buy physical media whenever I can. But GameStop is so inconsistent. They have nothing on the shelves. They don't have the variety. They just are terrible in totality. And it sucks because I'd love for them to stay alive and me be able to just casually go to GameStop and buy physical media still. But that's just not the case anymore.
You know, we did some stuff with GameStop TV several years ago, and they're local here in Dallas, and they have like a production space and all that. And it was cool to see. But I'll tell you this: they were so freaking disorganized, like unbelievable, like just from a production standpoint. And we went in. They're like, hey, we'd like for you guys to come in and do some stuff. So we went in and we weren't paid for it or anything. It was like, well, you'll get paid by exposure. I was like, oh, cool. That'd be fun to go into GameStop and see ourselves on TV. But we went in and they're like, well, we want you to talk about this game. And we're like, we don't really like that game. So we just kind of did our own thing, and they gave us about 3 minutes of airtime. And it was fun. I mean, they gave us freedom to do kind of whatever the hell we wanted on this nice set. But GameStop is interesting. They've really done their best to pivot away from video games as best as they can. Because when you walk in now, it's full of plushies and merchandise and all sorts of things. And of course, they have tons of used games because that's the only thing they make money on.
Yeah.
But do you think we'll see a day in the next 5 years where GameStop is just like, well, we tried? Or do you think that they'll be alive in 5 years?
I think they'll be alive still in 5 years. I think that they'll be significantly smaller and there will still be cuts to locations, but I think that they'll still be around in some capacity.
Mm-hmm. Blabs,
I think they'll be gone.
You think
actually.
so?
Yeah, I mean, even look at like just for example, look at every other store too. We had in the document before, but we didn't have space to talk about. Macy's is closing more stores. It's because online retail exists. So the point of these physical locations, they don't mean anything anymore. It's unnecessary. And it's sad as the truth is, it is what it is. And like Vara was saying, they have shit quality there now.
Yeah, I think in 10 years they probably won't be around, but I think in 5 they still will be in some way,
Maybe
shape,
they'll
or
have
form.
like one, like Blockbuster in Alaska, whatever it was, when there's only one left.
Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, it's not looking very good at all.
No.
When it comes to, what's going on with GameStop. Let's move on to a story we talked about yesterday, and we had Smash on our Game Awards watch party last night, and it was interesting to kind of hear his perspective on everything. But Vera, how about you give us a quick rundown, a recap of what's going on with Smash and Alyssa Mercante, just for everybody who wasn't here yesterday?
I mean, I am probably not the most qualified
Then
to
I'll
give
do
a
it.
wrap up. Yeah, I know of the situation, but you've already talked about it.
Okay, sounds good. Well, here it is. So yesterday, lawsuit came down suing Smash JT, from Alyssa Mercante, formerly of Kotaku, and she was suing him for $75,000. And it was for defamation. And there was a lot of things that we learned in that. We learned that she wasn't actually fired, that she didn't actually leave Kotaku. She was actually fired from Kotaku. And that goes against her own saying here. Well, anyways, after this news came down, Smash launched a GoFundMe, and he was asking for $25,000 to help cover legal costs. And pardon the pun, but he has since smashed that. And in less than 24 hours, he's raised $40,000 to cover those legal funds, which I think is awesome. It's been a huge signal for a lot of folks, because a lot of people feel that this is bigger than Smash, much bigger than Smash. And he is fighting for, I talked about it extensively yesterday, about why this is actually more important than just a failed journalist fighting against a YouTuber. And my thought is that this would set a horrible precedent that would allow a horrible slippery slope for us to go down, to where if you were talking about a game that you didn't like and they felt that it was disparaging or would create any sort of I don't know, maybe a loss in sales, they could potentially sue you for that because you were being critical of that. Or maybe you didn't, you were critical of somebody at IGN and they felt you were defaming them based off of your criticism of them. They could then file suit against you. That's why I feel like this is important. It could set a very slippery slope.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we have an update here, and this is from Smash himself. Says, I can't believe the defense fund already surpassed $40,000. Gamers have spoken. We're sick of people like Alyssa pushing activism and ideology. She fucked with the wrong crew. The donations are still flowing. I'm incredibly thankful and eternally grateful. And this is representation. This is what you're seeing here, right? From average chud gamer. JT, you represent the entire gaming community who are tired of game studios and journals pushing agendas rather than just making fun to play games with good stories. I would rather give money to your defense fund than give a dime to an industry that believes customers should purchase their products in return for being preached to. Gamers are tired of people like Alyssa trolling us. This person says, the horrible evil woman has been targeting you since the very beginning. So do us all a favor, Jeff. Crush this wretched and what remains of her soul once and for all. Make sure Ron takes her for every single last red cent she has. Living off scrap should set her straight. Now, I do think it's important because there's always one side of the story and then there's the other side of the story. And most of the time there's, like the true story is somewhere in the middle, right? And Alyssa yesterday posted a video on her channel. Did you see this, Vera?
I did. Lucky me.
And I think it is important to show her perspective on this. Blabs, have you seen this?
No, she irks me.
Okay.
Wait,
Tend to ignore everything.
Actually, she's put up 2 videos. Are you talking about the twerking video?
No, I'm talking
Oh,
about...
that was the first one.
Oh, you're talking about
you're
talking about the crying one,
Yes.
the emotional one. Oh, yes, I've seen both.
Okay,
Do you think we could just play her audio, but look at something else, perhaps?
No.
Darn. I tried, chat. I tried to help you. They're like, please, no.
Here is the video from her yesterday, shortly after she filed the lawsuit, right? So immediately playing the sympathy card.
Just when I think I've had enough.
Inspirational music.
And the millennial filter.
It's been a week. It's been a hard week or so because he's obviously been pretty intense, and then the comments around him, the comments towards me or around this entire situation have been incredibly intense. I decided to start collating all of this myself.
Blabs, you're literally laughing, Blabs.
I can't. It's so stupid. She's playing this so sad piano music and everything. She's like, it's been so hard. It's like, bitch, you put the music too loud. We can barely hear what you're saying, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I am here for my sympathy. Oh my God. Sorry, this is funny.
So you're saying you don't have a lot of sympathy for what's happening?
No.
Why should we-
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Why should we have sympathy for somebody who brings the negative attention to herself? This is the thing is, right, nobody should face death threats or threats of violence or physical harm. Those things are terrible, and I'll never sit here and say that that's okay. But on the flip side, the negative attention that she is receiving is only because of her own actions. These are the consequences of her actions. She is being harshly criticized. And sure, there are always bad apples in every bunch. There's always going to be somebody who pushes the boundaries and says something that they shouldn't. But at the end of the day, I'm sure 95% of the backlash she's receiving is fair criticism because of her own actions.
Yep.
Well, she certainly doesn't feel that way, and keep in mind, she's the one who tried to get Smash fired. She's the one who messaged his wife. Like, what are we doing here? Let's put things in context. But let's go and continue here because there's still 90 seconds of total, circle jerking here. Yeah, are you okay, Blabs?
Sorry, who films themselves crying and massaging their eyeballs? Let me
This generation, Blabs, we see this every day, all the time. I'm
sorry, but if I'm emotional and unless it's something positive, oh my God, I just got this accolade or something, why would I set up a camera just to cry? I just don't understand that mentality.
Blabs, can you please recreate this shot for shot from your room?
Oh, because I'm wearing a cap. I got it.
Well, no, I'm not saying you should recreate this video, find the song, and do the exact same thing. Post it. It would go viral.
I kind of shouldn't I?
You probably should.
I don't know how to fake cry. I'll stub my toe. I'll try that.
Well, she does.
Oh, yeah, she's a great actress. Or a really shitty one, I should say.
Oh, I might have another fight
She's Voldemort now.
with my job on my hands.
Hey, the only thing I'm gonna give her is that she's wearing an Elden Ring sweater. It says
go.
tarnished. That's the only thing I'll give her.
Oh, it says tarnished, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
She's looking like Lucius Malfoy right now. She got the big black hoodie, the silverish hair. What are you, a Death Eater?
Blabs, you're making this hard to take seriously.
How can you take it seriously? Look at what we're looking at.
This is why she won't come on our show.
That's fine.
I don't even know what to do. I really don't. And it's bullshit because they are once again trying to ruin my life. I mean, I feel that a lot, and then I just break sometimes. Like I just get tired. Like I was in the car with Shane. I got a weird message on the way, and I was just like, we were kind of stuck in traffic, and I just started crying. And he's like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. I'm just tired." To find like middle ground of making it clear that like this is bad, but now I'm showing them that it's ruined me, and I'm very tired. Now I'm back to this. I'm tired.
It's such like an obvious fucking. I'm like so obviously being. And there's just nothing I can do.
Question: does anyone notice that her eye color keeps changing? I thought she had brown eyes, but a lot of this time she's got blue eyes. What the hell's going on here? Is she cosplaying?
She has contacts,
Maybe.
Blabs. She has contacts.
She's cosplaying. She's cosplaying a whiny bitch. Continue.
Oh, all right, we only got 18 more seconds of this. Just chill, okay?
Consistently confused wrong.
I don't deserve this. It's all fucked up.
I'm tired. Yeah, this fucking blows. All of this blows.
She would know all about that, wouldn't
Just
she?
like her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, rough.
Again, like I said, no one should receive things like death threats or harassment or threats of physical violence or anything like that. But at the end of the day, she's a public figure. And that means when you post online, you are allowed to be criticized. We're not talking about somebody who isn't, writing for a website and the articles are public. Like, those are all things that she was doing. So yeah, she's going to receive criticism for her really shitty attitude and at the end of the day, her unprofessional statements and actions. Maybe you shouldn't have messaged somebody's wife if you didn't want to be criticized for that. Maybe you shouldn't threaten people with physical violence if you don't want to be criticized for that. But she just doesn't recognize the fact that she's a public figure. I mean, her whole complaint reads like a high schooler or AI wrote it, which is absurd. And then to claim that Smash has the influence of Destiny is insane. And it's like she just keeps spewing this ridiculous nonsense and then thinks that she's not going to face repercussions for it. I don't know.
Well, it's almost like she brought it on herself, but yeah. I don't think I should say that. I think maybe she should say that. Remember this?
People in the industry to be a little bit louder about people being mean to other people. And
I can't even show this. I forgot because she says so many bad things, but because we will get demonetized, but
not because anyone's making them be diverse. Because the world is diverse, you stupid motherfucker. And if you have a problem with that, come fight me. Physically. Bitch.
Has anyone taken you up on that yet?
No.
Hey, how's that working out, Vera?
Yeah, I mean, it's working out great. The fact that she blocked me and then she stopped responding to me and she gave up multiple opportunities to actually have something that was on a professional level.
Oh, that ain't happening. That ain't happening anytime soon.
It's not. It's never happening. Never mind anytime soon. I mean, maybe when she gets desperate enough, she'll finally be like, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Maybe she'll fight you when she loses the lawsuit and she's like, shit, I need money.
Yep.
Right.
Crowdfund.
The response has been exactly what you think. Like Brett came in and says she's likely making this video to support the quote emotional damage that she'll claim, to justify the cause, trying to justify the lawsuit. VD said it best. She did this all to herself, right? And here's this is from Alec Baldwin's finger. Hey, little buddy, have you considered crying about it? Right. Thank you for that. And Mo, I want to be clear. He says, why in the world do you want to kiss her? Mo, stop.
Craig wants to kiss Alyssa.
I want to end cancer.
You may get some horrible sickness if you do, so I suggest you don't.
You know what sickness would be cured, though? Cancer. Cancer would be cured, Blabs.
Circling back.
All right, that's the only reason why I would even consider it. But here's the
Eyes wide open, Craig.
With
you
eyes
have
wide
to stare.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, he's got the song and everything.
All right, hey, but she was at, just on a quick side quest here, she did go to the Game Awards last night. And
She did.
when I say she was classy, she was classy. Oh, wait.
Cunt.
Oh, now we're
Oh my
demonetized.
God.
Congratulations.
That's a thing. Somebody made that on Etsy. Was
We're
like,
talking about a professional level event, and this is what she shows up in.
Damn. She's really making it easy to go back to all that dick sucking. Oh well.
I'm just saying, like, and the response is, this goes back to the toxic positivity aspect of this. Like,
Yeah.
it's all like, you go, queen. Oh, so you're so iconic, they need to reinvent the word. Okay. That's amazing. Oh, stunning. Oh, I love it. So sexy. Oh, really? Really? This? What?
That is so sad. Mental illness. Sit a picture.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Neil says she's literally a cry-bully. Yes, 1,000%. Mayonnaise Chase says she's trying to raise money by finding 100 guys. Listen, not even going to get into that. A Mighty Zan says, so meek and mild, a far cry from fight me physically. She's going to have to fight Vera for the money after all this is over. Yeah. You should actually make her pay you to fight you when it comes around, Vera.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, you're giving her your time. She should pay you. It's like a job.
Yeah.
But I want to say, Joe, though, like, don't go to her tweets, guys. Don't comment. Don't harass. Just completely
not worth
ignore
it.
her. Do not harass the lady. She's insane, but let's not be the same level as she is.
Right. Yep. Scarfy says that's the second OnlyFans model to get ruthlessly mobbed to tears. Oh, God. Thank you, Scarfy. Appreciate that. But circling back to the original point of the story of the money that's being raised by Smash, the 40K, far surpassing the 25 they initially wanted. WDW Pro, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the WDW Pro channel. It's a entertainment analysis channel. I think he works with Valiant Renegade, I believe, and he's pretty good when it comes to leaks when it comes to Disney World.
Yep. And he's that Park Place.
Yep. Great stuff. He says, I conversed with Smash JT last night. It is deeply concerning that a made public document revealed his residential address to the risk of his family's safety. Now, we talked about this briefly yesterday, but the thing about this document, the people, well, it's public information, but it's public information that was released by her to her audience that redacted her information publicly, right? So she clearly did this on purpose with the idea of saying, here's his address, but mine's quiet, So
can I just ask, because I don't know how these things work. So when you say it's public information, like by law, Smash had to give his name and address and everything, correct?
In a lawsuit, yes.
Okay, so then that's how she was able to be like, well, here's his address, but I'm going to redact mine, just so clarification here, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. And in a situation like that, she chose to do that. And that's what's scummy about this. And the fact that it's public information, literally anybody could have gone and found this information. Once a lawsuit is filed, anybody could have dug and found this. But what's scummy about it is, once again, she purposely did that. And then she said, hey, here's the information.
Right.
They want to check page 7.
Yeah.
That's what's shitty about it.
That's shitty. Especially if you're going to do that, then she should do her own stuff too. Fair is fair, I think. No lawsuit. But I guess not to her.
No, absolutely not. But WDW Pro continues, says his legal defense fundraiser has surpassed its goal, but these things can grow in expense, and that is very true. You hire a lawyer, every second they're working, you're getting billed. They said, my team is announcing today that we have a direct line of financial support to the Dillon Law Group and are prepared to assist as needed over the months or years ahead. It is important that his family know we as a community will be here long term. which is awesome. I mean, people are really going to bat for Smash here because whether he liked it or not, he has become the focal point for this. And, I think it's a little overwhelming for Smash just from having my conversation with him last night. I think he's very overwhelmed and he's going through like this roller coaster of emotions. And he's getting it from all sides. He's getting support from this side and he's getting vitriol from the other side, including, I would say, an old guest of the show, not an old friend of the show. Nick Calandra posted about this. I think what do they call it? Skeeting over on Blue Sky. I think they call it.
Oh, that's
skeeting.
right, Skeet.
Yeah, he skeeted.
Skeet, motherfuckers.
Yeah, he skeeted over on Blue Sky. Says, can you imagine spending over $15,000 on a shed to make videos because your wife probably got tired of hearing your idiotic rants in the home, and they need to spend your kids' college funds on legal fees for some of the most embarrassing YouTube content a 40-year-old man can make. Unreal. I can't even imagine having to try to explain to my family that I'm going to court and my kids might not get to go to college because I obsessively made 50 plus videos about someone I didn't like on the internet. Oh, to be a fly on that wall.
But hasn't he done that?
Yes. Nick famously was talking about going after people's funding sources. I mean, Nick is, when they launched Second Wind, we had him on and because it was a neat story. Right, the story of hey, we've been fired from Escapist or we left Escapist and now we're starting our own thing. And hey, I'm all about like giving people opportunities. But man, like we've had him on multiple times, and the dude is just a bitch. Like I'm sorry, just what a bitch. And I tried to give people the benefit of the doubt, but God, what a bitch. Sorry.
You remember when he blocked me and I didn't even know who he was? You were like, hey, this guy's coming on the show today. And I was like, who's that? Because at that time we couldn't see blocked people. And you're like, you can't see us? I'm like, who? It's Nick Calandra. He had blocked me and I didn't even know who he was.
I've said this to Smash privately, and I'll say this to you guys publicly. My hope is that he countersues. He countersues, and then he sues Kotaku. And he sues anybody associated with Kotaku. He sues the managing editor at Kotaku at the time. I hope he goes down the line and he takes his legal defense fund and he fucks all them over. And he plants a flag in the ground and say, nah, you ain't doing this shit. And I hope that he owns Kotaku by the time this is all said and done. Wouldn't that be just such a wonderful twist?
It would be funny.
Poetic
It
justice.
would be hilarious.
I actually have a question about if he ever countersues. Couldn't he theoretically, not that I don't think he would actually do this because it's pretty petty, but couldn't he actually be like, well, here's Alyssa's information and address, but for my own safety, I'm withholding my own if he ever countersues? Like, isn't that a thing he could do? So she shouldn't do that if she thinks he could ever do that back, like progressive, like proactive thinking here. Maybe don't do something that could be done to you.
No, 1,000%. He could if he wanted to.
Yeah.
I don't think he would because that's just dangerous to do that to anybody. But yeah, hilarious.
Well, when you're dealing with somebody as classy as this, though, I mean, why would you ever want to do that? Just saying. She reached.
I really like how she tried to be so cutesy with the little earring at the bottom. That's ironic.
Well, there's a lot of irony when it comes to Alyssa Mercante.
Yeah.
But by the way, I just want to point out she, her, by the way, just so everybody's on the same page. It's very important.
Capitals, you have to yell that actually.
Exactly.
Yes.
She, her.
A Vampire Slayer came in with the $20 super chat. Says, here's some money for your demonetization. I approve of everything you guys have said. Thank you very much. Yeah, we got demonetized quick. Thanks, Vera.
Hey, Blabs followed up with a dick sucking comment. So
yeah, but I do that at least once a week.
That's true. The other day she was talking about using two hands. It was really weird.
No, I told you to use two hands. Anyway, we are still monetized. I'm looking at the back end. We're fine.
Oh, you just wait till the stream's over. Easy Sleazy says, as a reminder, she's now Canada's problem. This is news to me, and honestly, I don't really care.
Wait, what? She's moved to Canada?
No.
Oh, I was going to say. Oh, poor things.
Not an FBI says here she's going to sue 3 guys next over copyright. Oh God. Scarfy says Craig cures cancer only to end up causing an AIDS epidemic. Oh no. Listen, how do you get that from? Okay, not even going to go there. John, thank you very much. Says y'all will call for chat to not reply to her. Sadly, she and her simps will call it a dog whistle and use replies from randos as evidence. Right, and that's fine. You know that's going to happen. Thank you, John. Joker came back, says Craig isn't the hero to reserve, but the one we need. Not me. Smash. Scarfy says I'd sell my channel for InfoWars. There you go. Thanks, Scarfy. Jason came in and says after that picture of her at the Game Awards, I would have to apologize to all those people with illnesses that I would refuse to cure. And Hex Forge says Skeets sure has some interesting definitions on Urban Dictionary. Yeah. And that's why it's so weird that they.
I'm not looking.
Use it. No, don't do that. Rod is a brand new member. Rod, thank you very much.
Thank you for being a member.
Yeah. And Aramis came in with the $25 direct donation. Thank you so much, Aramis. Says, I used to be in the hotel industry and I spent a good chunk of a decade building a system in the lobby to help my guest. The owner said the hotel bought it out. The owner said the hotel bought it out from me for $10K. Fastest yes I ever said in my life. Also, Merry Christmas, Vera.
Merry Christmas.
Not to you, Blabs, or me.
That's fine. I deserve all.
Thanks, Aramis.
Only
Appreciate
me.
that.
That's okay.
That's right.
We're getting nothing for Christmas.
Bunch of coal. All right, Easy Sleazy also came back, says, when Matt sold Game Theory brand, he got so much flack for it. Meanwhile, he said it's the smartest thing he's ever done. Oh, yeah. Listen, I've known Matt since 2007. Like, his early Game Theory videos were on Screw Attack. And to see the growth that guy's seen over the years has been insane. And he's rich now, and good for him. Super creative and done great things. All right, we're going to bypass this story about the Bungie exec suing for $50 million. We'll come back to that maybe on Monday, because I do want to get to the Game Awards and everything we saw there. Vera, why don't you before we get into all the things that came out of it, why don't you just give us your overall thoughts? Because you did a live stream last night.
I thought that it was a pretty bad event. There were a few really cool trailers or trailers for games that I have a decent level of hype for, like Okami sequel. That's really great. Elden Ring, I don't remember what it's called. Night Rain, I believe it is. That's really cool because I obviously love Elden Ring. I thought that Project Sentry looked really cool. And I know there's been a little bit of controversy with the Witcher 4 cinematic trailer, but I am also still hyped for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun announcements I thought that came from it. Now, the format of the award show, I mean, the one thing that really caught me as somebody who's, we're making our own award show, was how much disregard he had for actually handing out real awards. There were times where they were just he's like, and the winner for this was this, and the winner for this was this, and he just kind of fly by. And very rarely did you actually have somebody on stage presenting an award and have somebody come up for an acceptance speech outside of just like kind of on the side stage, right? Yeah. And it was more or less 4 hours of commercials that people paid a ton of money to be a part of. So look, I get it. I've said this before. I think it's great that Jeff has created something that is built for the industry. And let me tell you this right now. He's making some serious fucking cash from that award show. I mean, it may cost a lot to produce, but he has invested it, and he's done very well for himself.
It's like not even an award show anymore. It's a corporate shill show. It's just a trailer show.
Right.
That's the most ridiculous part, is you claim that you want to get industry veterans together. You want to get tons of developers from all across the world together. And then you get 8 Lenovo ads. You get 8 Xbox ads. Like, I understand that's going to happen in any sort of show of this caliber, because they ultimately need to make money. And these companies are a part of this show. But it's not really an award show. The awards are just like a side quest in this event, which is so sad to me.
Right. There's a lot announced. Astrobot won Game of the Year, which some people loved, some people hated. There's a lot of going back and forth on that. I saw you had a tweet that you weren't very happy about that, or at least you said was it Black Myth Wukong got fucked?
Yeah, I thought that Astrobot was a fun game. Do not get me wrong, and I understand that there is a lot of people that can play it because it's also for kids, and something like Black Myth Wukong isn't. We're talking about Astrobot, which has sold 1.5 million copies, versus Black Myth Wukong that has sold over 25 million copies. Like, clearly, there's a big difference there in interest, and I get that a certain percentage of those are Chinese gamers, but Chinese gamers are just as relevant. They're just as important to this industry. I thought Astrobot was fun. It was not on the level of Black Myth Wukong, though. And even, Elden Ring, I thought adding a DLC to the mix was absolutely ridiculous, but I would have still been happy with Shadow of the Erdtree winning, but Wukong is definitely the game that should have kind of taken the cake, and it didn't.
Right. Well, here's a quick rundown. The final big, quote-unquote, big announcement was Okami 2, and it visually looks really pretty. The problem is that the game hasn't even started production yet. He said that at the end. He's like, they're beginning production this year. So we're still several years away from seeing an Okami sequel. That's what they're just calling it, the Okami sequel.
Yeah.
Speaking of Elden Ring, the Night Rain standalone co-op. I mean, I looked at that. I was like, oh, there's things in that had very strong references to the older games. And
yeah, I don't understand what they're doing, like why they're bringing in all of these other bosses. It's not just Elden Ring bosses. I guess that they're trying to get all sorts of Souls fans interested. I still think that it looks really cool, though.
Yeah, I agree. I first thought while they were the fun thing about an award show like that is you get to speculate in real time as you're watching these trailers with your friends, and that's more or less what we did while we were watching it last night. Oh, maybe this is this. Maybe this is this. Is this? Oh, that's neat to see, and you're kind of talking about it in real time, and that's what I think the value lies in the Game Awards. But there was a new project from Naughty Dog that was announced, which was kind of the talk of the show. And specifically during our stream, I was like, oh, okay. And the game is called Intergalactic, which we're not going to watch much of the trailer, but all you need to know is that the trailer, it's a new standalone game here, and you can't talk about it because they have turned the comments off down by Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
It's because it got ratioed. So I don't have the enabler anymore to see what the ratio is, but last I saw it was really bad.
Well, funny enough, I was streaming, of course, during the award show, and while I was live, right after the trailer went up, I went to see if it was being ratioed, and the comments were off, and it had 5.4K likes to only 700 dislikes. So they shut those comments off way before it was getting ratioed.
They knew it was going to be shit.
They knew it was going to face massive backlash.
What the comments aren't off of is the PlayStation channel, though, and the comments are gold down here. From the studio who brought, this is actually a great one, from the studio who brought you Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, and Uncharted. Nice. How many of those still work there? And that's like a great question. Those people who made these, it's just at this point you're rooting for the studio instead of the people who actually made those games.
I like the comment below. I feel like Will Smith will slap me for making fun of her.
All right. Well, let's talk about that because this trailer features her, maybe they, I don't know. And this was kind of the first big reveal is you got this person over here. I don't want to get flagged for copyright for showing this, but she's shaving her head, which I had a couple DMs sending me. They'd be like, maybe she was really upset from the election results. And she's talking to another lady, and it's kind of like girl boss thing, and she's really sassy. And obviously, she's of some
dude,
ethnicity.
that looks
I don't know.
awful.
Yeah.
Do you think that Intergalactic, the heretic prophet, Vera, is going to do well? I mean, obviously, we're just learning about it, but the initial response has been very mixed.
To me, with the few characters that we've seen, they're all well-known actors. I have a feeling it's just going to be like a celebrity grab. It feels very Kojima, and Kojima's done a great job with the actors and actresses that he's worked with, but now I feel like every studio wants to do that because Death Stranding faced a lot of criticism when it first came out, and people have definitely kind of changed their minds now, but I feel like a big reason was because of the actors, and people have these favorite actors and they give a game a chance, but I do not think that it's going to be like a smashing success. We haven't seen any gameplay yet, so I can't say for certain, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was a Dustborn level fail.
Oh, man. I don't know if it's going to be a Dustborn level.
I don't
fail.
know. I feel like people are sick and tired of companies like Naughty Dog never listening to us.
Well, you know who isn't tired of that? Kotaku.
Yep.
The trailer has
Classic.
completely won me over.
These are the very people that snubbed games like Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade totally deserved soundtrack of the year. That soundtrack was phenomenal. Okay, these are the people that are trashing Wukong and Stellar Blade and are praising piles of trash like this. It's pure comedy.
Well, also pure comedy was the Muppets who showed up last night. Now, I saw this and I was like, oh, okay, we'll see how this goes. Like, this is what gamers want, right? Is the Muppets. Well, turns out this is exactly what gamers want because they were great. Now, I think this is important because Lisa says, this is important for context here. It says, if half think the Muppets were Digga gamers, the jokes were all online complaints he gets. Like they're saying they're just we're just grumpy old men complaining. I don't know if they're that smart. So that's kind of the general thought, is that the Muppets represent the gamers. And thank you so much for that support here. But there were a lot of digs by the Muppets at Jeff Keighley, and it was very like self-aware, which I appreciate. But this one was about Hideo Kojima and Jeff's relationship. And pay attention to Hideo Kojima's response to this. This is kind of a talked about moment.
Oh, wait. Huh? There's Kojima, look. Ooh. Did you know that Jeff Keighley's friends with him?
Yeah, but does Kojima know that?
Wait.
Which I think is a pretty funny dig. This guy says the cut to Kojima's reaction to the Muppet joke was brutal. He looked like he was going to start crying.
He really did. He was going through it emotionally.
Yeah. Watching a stream when you try not to laugh at Muppet's joke, that's mad disrespectful. Yeah. But there was more. This person, Ethan Gotch, who writes for Kotaku over here.
God, Ethan. What a great guy.
He says, I love that all these Statler and Waldorf bits are based on Jeff's inner monologue to reading people's mean tweets. Well, let's hear some of them.
Oh, Waldorf, you old fool.
What a nightmare I was having. I dreamed we were still at the Game Awards.
We are.
No.
Yep. And even worse, I heard a Final Fantasy game is up for Game of the Year.
Well, my Final Fantasy is for this show to be over.
Yeah, right? And I also heard they nominated DLC for Game of the Year.
That's like...
Did you hear the response from the crowd? Like,
yeah.
Oh.
For Game of the Year.
That's like giving a Lifetime Achievement Award to pre-ordered bonuses.
Oh! Oh, hey, look! I think the show's about to get better.
Oh, yeah. Time to watch Keighley make a fool of himself again.
Exactly! I love this show!
More Jeff Keighley!
Yeah, what a moron! Look at him!
Give it! Bring it to us!
Look at him just standing there! What a maroon! Oh, hold on!
Pretty good bit. Pretty good bit. Not gonna lie.
I think the Muppets are the best part of the entire show.
I agree.
It's a low bar.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Point Vera right there, yeah. But yeah, the general thought is that the Muppets represented the gamers and the mean tweets that the Game Awards gets. And I'm sure that I'm represented in there somewhere. But there was also another person on stage who was a surprise visitor yesterday when talking about the Indiana Jones games. Were you surprised to see Harrison Ford make an appearance at the Game Awards?
No, not at all.
You weren't surprised? You were excited?
No, they can afford him.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, he came out talking about this, and he got the big standing O. And we played this game last night. I want to play with you guys today in the chat. And Blabs, can you please put this poll up? Because I want to see if this poll is accurate. We're going to play the game drunk or 82 years old. Okay? Blabs, have you seen this clip?
I have not seen the entire thing now.
Okay. We're going to play it in its entirety of him speaking. And then we're going to just take some of the verbiage that he says in just a little bit. So, drunk or 82 years old, Harrison Ford at the Game Awards. Here we go.
I think this guy did a great job. If I'd known he was so good, I would have done it myself.
You know what I think is so funny? Is that they're standing from tallest to shortest like a 5G signal bar. These guys are lined up like a signal bar over here. Poor Todd.
Oh, yeah. He's got to be, what, 5'4" probably?
Apparently
there's nothing wrong with being 5'4".
Apparently he's 5'6".
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Let's see. Harrison Ford got to be pretty tall for an actor then. You know. So, all right, let's see. Let's continue here with Harrison Ford. So far, so good.
Boy, we're gonna skip. And now, we're here to present the award for Best Performance. Here are the nominees. And the winner is Melinda Juergens.
All right. So Harrison Ford there, 82 years old or drunk?
I actually think possibly both.
Could be.
82 and drunk.
Yeah.
Well, I was
think
trying
that's-
to do a quick search on him, seeing if like he has been known to be an alcoholic, and obviously in like the span of 30 seconds, I couldn't really find a whole lot. But it is entirely possible that he's just an 82-year-old man who is maybe past his bedtime, has some medical issues. I was trying to see if he had some shaky hands, but it's not that clear either. So, like, I don't want to be a dickhead and be like, yeah, you wanker, you're just drunk. But he could actually have some serious medical problems that we don't know about. He's 82.
That is true.
He has crashed a few planes in his day.
Exactly why I'm like, maybe he's just, having, maybe he looks drunk because he's got crazy eyes. Maybe he has a cataract surgery. I'm trying to be nice.
I think that he's just old.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Everybody gets old, but you kind of need to recognize your limitations.
Hey, I'm gonna hold off on some limitations here, as Aramis came in with the $50 direct donation. Blabs says, Merry Christmas, Craig. Hope you and the wife and the kids have a wonderful, jolly Christmas. Merry Christmas, Blabs. Hope you get a herd of Highland mini cows.
Thank you.
That never grow old or smell. Unlike YouTube, Streamlabs has limited texting to the comment sec. Well, thank you, Aramis. Genuinely appreciate that, and I hope you are filled with all sorts of wonderful boobs. Congratulations, Aramis. That's wonderful. Wow. Okay, let's continue on here. Harrison Ford. By the way, the chat currently says Harrison Ford drunk, a landslide victory. 73 years old.
Yeah.
We probably should have included both.
Yeah, I realized that afterwards, but it was too late. People were already voting.
Yeah.
So there was also the Content Creator of the Year award. Now, I don't know who this person is. I don't know who any of the nominees are, and that's probably because I'm out of touch when it comes to the kids. Have you heard of queso before? Anybody heard of queso? You have, Blabs?
Yeah, it's a food.
Well, not that. Who is queso?
I've definitely heard of him, but I don't know anything about him.
He does a lot of like indie games and like more like cozy games. Like right now he's streaming Minecraft. He's really funny. He's, I think, probably the most just down to earth giant streamer, because a lot of them do a lot of like elaborate sets and events and sponsorships and stuff. He doesn't really do that. I don't watch a lot of his content, but I've seen quite a bit of it. It's inevitable being on the internet.
Yeah, I don't know how this happens on Twitch. 6.2 million followers over on, and I haven't heard of this guy, but that's just me. Here is what he had to say about winning it.
That right there just goes to show you, no matter who you are or where you're from, you can wind up doing something that you never thought possible. I'm some random fat dude that looks like a lumberjack from a small town in Arkansas who was living in a trailer. Right? And then that just happened. Hey, you never know where life gonna take you, man.
Good message, man. Good message. Yeah. I'm not familiar with Queso at all, but good for him. Good for him and blowing up. That sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. But not everybody was such a good winner as Queso or Astrobot. Microsoft didn't quite do as well. We were counting, Vera, the wins and losses. Do you still have that pulled up? The wins and losses on the awards?
I can find it really quickly.
Okay.
The 2024 breakdown.
Yeah, because we wanted to do a breakdown of if it was based off the different studios and developers who won.
I
who
put it
didn't.
in private chat.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that. And one of the noticeable things about last night is that Microsoft did not do very well. So much so that their head, remember you guys, Phil Spencer, everybody. By the way, this is Phil Spencer. We don't need good games, Phil Spencer. Not clapping as Astrobot wins after 3 hours of developers shaming layoffs, hearing Sony thank Nintendo on stage, which was very awkward, which I see that's in there, Blabs, thank you. And Xbox not having won in 10 years is the definition of a sore loser. So there's Phil right there hanging out. Vera, do you think that Xbox will ever take the throne back from Sony?
Oh, it's hard to say. I don't know. I feel like, to be fair, Game Pass is getting pretty big at this point, but that's not necessarily it's not necessarily a reason that they could be the winners. They still have to put out really good products alongside the service. But if they can go back to making amazing games, then yeah, I think that they could. But at the end of the day, you never really know where these companies are headed because they don't listen to us. They're not heading in the direction that we suggest. They feel that they can do whatever the hell they want. So maybe one day.
Whatever the hell they want to do. Well, it was interesting to see his reaction and seeing Sony more or less sweep the awards last night. It almost kind of became a meme, as we were watching. And Hypno was on fire with his picks. He's like, "Oh, this is gonna win. This is gonna win." And specifically with Astro at the end, I was like, he called it, and he was right. And to see Sony, I think Nintendo didn't win a single award last night. They weren't even referenced on stage, which was kind of awkward because when Astrobot won the award, they came down to speak about it, and the developers couldn't actually say their name in the speech itself. It was a little awkward.
It really was. It seems so bizarre.
Yes. And I think this is the point here where he's, this is it right here. I think where he's talking about it. Let's see.
Innovation and quality consistently and inspired us to actually make the game that we made. So that's also, and I've managed not to mention them, have you noticed? But you all know who they are. And many other companies that have been inspired over the years. So that's very, very important. And
he was talking about how they were inspired by many companies. And he's like, but I'm not going to say their name. How dumb, because there's that effect that, what's it called? The Streisand effect, where everyone's like, who's he talking about? And then everybody's like, oh, Nintendo. And they have more pub than they would have if they just answered it. So,
right.
Do you think I think that's really dumb. The idea that you can't say like a competitor's name on stage, or maybe that was a Jeff Keighley thing where he's like, "Hey, Nintendo's
Could have
not here." I don't know.
Yeah.
Who do you think that falls on?
I think it's probably Jeff and the Game Awards kind of team, we'll call it.
The team.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, one of the things the team did was make sure that the people in the audience were where they needed to be, specifically standing up and clapping. This is from Alana Pierce, who is a YouTuber, formerly worked at Santa Monica Studios. She announced that she left in the last week. And she says, one of the Game Awards staff / producers is low-key passive-aggressively telling me in my section that they have to give standing ovations. Like when Jeff mentioned Snoop Dogg's new music, he basically yelled at us, and you'll give a standing ovation when he does that. He says, it's not like, she said, it also isn't a fan section or anything. I'm next to the Sony team, and Joseph Ferris and Sam Lake are right behind me. Weird. And if you look further down, it says, well, did you? It says, technically, he was telling us in advance, like when Snoop Dogg performs, I will stand for Snoop Dogg if he deserves it, okay? Right. So, yeah, and this, if you see this here, same thing happened to me last year, right? This is you ever been to like a recording of a TV show before, Vera?
No, but.
So when you go to like a TV show, they have an applause sign.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Right? And that's more or less what this is. You will clap.
Right.
You will have it standing up.
Wrap it up, guys.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
hilarious from last year.
Oh, yeah. Wrap it up is a big part. So much so that we have this right here at all times. So you please wrap it up. We need to use that more often. I added that last night. Okay, but let's talk about the one, I would say the controversy out of last night. The one big controversy last night, which was a new award that was announced, which was given out for the first time. And this was to a gentleman named Amir Setvat. And Jeff came on stream and was talking about this new award and how it's all about being a game changer. He's a game changer. So they announced this new award, and I want to roll this clip here. And while we're watching this, just see how this person is presented. Okay? Let's go check this out.
Starting in early 2023, significant waves of layoffs started in the games industry.
It strikes you, it hurts, right? It's like a ton of bricks.
What am I supposed to do? Tens of thousands of gamers have been laid off at a level that is unprecedented in the industry's history.
I love this brand, I love this company. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do?
I actually started in games relatively late. Even though I've loved the industry ever since I was a little child, because there weren't games jobs around here, I stayed passionate about it and broke through in basically my late 30s. I had seen a few friends get laid off before Thanksgiving, and I said to my wife, Jess, like, this is unacceptable.
Uh-oh, what you giggling about, Bear?
It's so fucking stupid. It's so scripted and just bad.
Of course. Well, it's all going to make sense here in about a minute. So here we go. And by the way, look at this poor little YouTuber here. So small, endearing,
Yeah.
sweet, a little Mario outfit, less than 5,000 subscribers. Hey, you can do it, big guy. And he's doing it. He's helping people find jobs in video games. Let's continue.
Hi everybody, it's Amir, and I'm here to help support you as you look for your next opportunity in video games. I can't imagine what it must feel like for someone to have to go to their family around the holidays and say, I don't have a job, I don't know what's going to happen. I had a robust background in things like data analysis, and I said, well, I can do something with this. I started a community with one resource.
We just started putting together a list of all the job openings out there.
And over iteration after iteration, it ended up becoming a suite of several different resources. We have 2,300 coaching volunteers who've given people over 50,000 community coaching conversations for free.
He's pure pro bono, Amir.
There is no payment. He doesn't take anything back from the community.
I'm proud to say we've helped place nearly 3,000 people in jobs.
Amir is like career Santa Claus.
If it weren't for Amir and for this community, I wouldn't have even known this job was here.
He has created this like beacon of light.
All right. There he is. This little YouTuber here, he's finding jobs for people. Vera, what a great guy.
I know. What a nice man.
Truly a game changer. Now,
yeah.
You can find his YouTube channel. YouTube channel has grown. He's gone up almost to 7,000 subscribers. Good for him. A little publicity last night at the Game Awards here. Except here's the problem with all this. As pointed out, Vera, you mentioned you pointed this out on your stream last night.
I did.
Savvy and Kirsha pointed this out pretty much immediately last night. This first from Savvy says, why did the Game Awards and Jeff Keighley present Amir as someone who was laid off, started a tiny YouTube channel, and had the dream of helping other developers? He literally works in IP acquisition. I knew the name was familiar, but I couldn't place it. He's in one of my social maps everywhere. They made it seem like he's been self-employed and just quote-unquote helping people, but he's got one of the most powerful connections under his belt. He works for Tencent. Mm-hmm. He works for Tencent, and he's an executive here. The business development director, full-time at Tencent Games.
And he also worked at Amazon Game Studio for 4 years.
Yeah. Just, hey, what a game changer here.
Right.
Kirsten says, pretty weird the Game Awards presented this guy as some humble YouTuber who was helping the games industry and didn't mention that he's a director at Tencent. And here's this article once again listing him by name here. During these turbulent times, Amir Sedvat has emerged as an unlikely hero. By day, he's a business developer director at Tencent, where he's responsible for assessing game companies for investment or acquisition. So he's the guy who's literally going to acquire Ubisoft in 2025. Like, this is the dude right here. So he's not some small-time little guy, and I'm sure he loves games, and that's awesome, and that's great. But I feel like this is a total... Like, talk about twisting a narrative.
Right.
When it comes to this situation. And I don't know if you're familiar with the YouTuber Moriarty. Are you familiar with this guy?
Yeah.
Moriarty? He has a brilliant thread about this. And it goes into detail. And I'd like to take a minute to just sit right there while I tell you about a prince of a town called Bel Air. I want to read this thread here because it really goes into good detail. First, Blabs, what are your thoughts on this? This is your first time seeing this.
No, it's not. I saw this live. I actually watched like a good chunk of the Game Awards last night.
Okay, never mind.
But I actually have a statement and then 2 questions. So one, I was listening to Extra Zero talk about this yesterday, and he was like, how ironic would it be if this is the man from Tencent that they used to like buy Ubisoft with? Because he seems like an angelic, innocent person. And I was like, oh, that's a good question, a good point. But
I literally just said that.
I know.
Okay.
And then 2, I would be interested to see how these people couldn't find the jobs, right? He's like, oh, they helped me find jobs. Like, so clearly you're not looking hard enough then if he's just having to throw them out right to you. And second of all the people he's helping find jobs, are they actually fit for the jobs, or is he just rehiring people who are like shuffled around and actually shit for their jobs?
Yeah, could be the case.
That's the question I have. Like, I'm all for helping people find jobs, but they have to be fit for the job. So why were they fired in the first place?
As pointed out, he is big on DEI. This is over here, celebrating this guy. Talks about women, minorities, disabled gamers, LGBTQ. He is huge when it comes to the DEI aspect of it. It says, and Savvy came in with this conspiracy theory. He says, if I may, with my tinfoil, he installs people who lacks talent in studios Tencent wants to acquire, waits for the studio to tank. Tencent comes in and buys the IP. Tencent profit. This DEI stuff is just to attract them. This is 100% speculation. But I wonder what the crossover is, if any, with Ubisoft. And that's what I'm going to find out. And Savvy has already started to dig. And when she has stuff, I promise she will bring it onto our show. So
it's all very sus.
It is, for
to
sure.
say the least. Now, I want to go through this thread here. And have either of you seen this thread at all for Moriarty?
Mm-mm.
No.
So I saw this as the show was going. So I haven't read through this entire thing, but what I did see, it's pretty good. So there may be some hits or misses here. But Moriarty says, the Game Awards featured a wildly insincere moment they called the Game Changers Award. There's so much wrong with this single moment that I feel the need to highlight each and every part of it separately. I tried to make a single tweet. I tried. It can't be done. For context, the Game Awards has stalwartly refused to acknowledge that anything bad ever happens in the gaming industry. Fact, right? Thousands of people would be laid off, and the show would start with, it's been an incredible year. Gaming's at its best. Let's celebrate. He started off by admitting that layoffs happen, but then wavered and quivered at the idea that he must always remain neutral. This was a very hard decision. Truly, it's impressive how hard it was to say this year's been difficult for some, especially in such a serious moment. Now, I believe this was last year. This looks like last year's set.
Yes.
Then they paraded Amir Sadvat up on the stage after explaining that he, believe it or not, made an Excel spreadsheet that people put their information on if they were laid off. There have been a lot of layoffs for several years, and now there was a spreadsheet. Very excited about this. I don't mean to downplay so hard. If you're one of those people who lost their jobs, I honestly feel for you, and I know no one is going out of their way to help you. So every single little bit helps. Feels like a lot, but this is literally a spreadsheet where you self-input information. When you when your entire plan is ripped away from you, and suddenly the future you thought you had is now an impossible fiction, it can absolutely feel like you need anything. And to be clear, there is now a whole network of other people who have rallied to benefit real resources. Right? It says they brought this man up on stage, and he said he made a spreadsheet, and no one could do anything, and no one else could do anything. They paraded him in front of people who literally fired everyone.
Yep.
It's a room of the people who fired the people you say you're helping. They rewarded you for it. A large chunk of the audience is people who chose to lay off people a month after Christmas or before Christmas. They're planning to lay people off right now. They're going to do it next month. They gave you an award to provide volunteer services for their Mackenzian sacrifices. They clapped for you. The ultimate irony, of course, is that they positioned Amir as some guy who just felt really bad and did all this, quote unquote, for no reason and with no expectations and never asked for anything in return. While that's true, it's not exactly honest. And there's a difference. First, Amir's positioning himself as some sort of expert, #1 Google search result for games, jobs, resources that provides exclusive perks and funnels viewers in other people's blogs, most of whom charge for paid speaking gigs, coaching, and career optimization. The Game Awards also positioned Amir as some guy who just felt really bad for everyone, some fan of games who saw this tragedy and felt a need to do something to address it. And while, he's been paraded in front of people who fired everyone, he's at least doing something, except Amir is, surprise, part of the same crowd. Amir finds game companies for 10 cents to acquire after coming from Amazon Games, which collectively had laid off at least 1,000 people. He's not some random guy. He's part of the $490 billion multinational super corporation. Tencent owns Riot Games and has stake in all these games, even Discord, all these companies, including Discord. Tencent represents 50% of China's mobile game market and 35% of the entire game industry. And the most profitable game company, yes, more than Microsoft or Sony or Apple or Google or EA or Nintendo, and beats most of them by double or tripling their earning. So you have an exec for gaming's top company, applauded by gaming's highest execs for creating a self-input spreadsheet and leveraging others people's volunteer labor, receiving an award for helping people laid off by the people applauding the guy who works for one of the offenders.
Yep.
Like, holy shit.
Yep.
And look, great that he's doing anything at all. But wouldn't it be nice if that room full of industry executives representing $500 billion in annual revenue did more than award a guy for making a spreadsheet? And isn't it sad that the very best anyone did was to make a spreadsheet.
I'm really good at making spreadsheets. Give me money. Listen here, Game Awards. Listen here. Give me millions of dollars and I'll help.
I mean, fucking mic drop.
Yeah.
From Moriarty right there.
100%.
I don't know what more you could potentially say about that.
No,
That is...
there's literally nothing. He covered everything.
So, Moriarty, would love to have you on the show. Talk more about this because you fucking murdered it. Outstanding stuff. You guys go check out Moriarty's channel. Tell him we sent you over there. So, with all that said, that was this year's Game Awards. Yeah. And some people loved it. Some people were skeptical of it. I like the Muppets. They were funny. Do you want to put a bow on the Game Awards this year, Vera?
At the end of the day, I don't think any of us should take the mainstream award shows seriously because gamers' votes only count for 10% and the industry shills are the other 90%. And these are people that are completely out of touch with their audiences. They constantly belittle us and berate us. They try to call us chuds and all of these different labels, ists and phobes galore. I don't take these mainstream award shows seriously anymore. It's certainly the type of event that should be in gamers' hands. And, you know, that's what the real Game Awards is all about. You're muted.
I bet you could read my words saying, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk about that. Once again, head over to therealgameawards.com. Use promo code SIDESCROLLERS. New categories being available to be voted on literally every day for the next week. And it's going to go through December, through the rest of December. So go voting. Today we have Best Waifu, which is great. We had Best Husbando yesterday, which was fun. And a lot of people asking about Best Jiggly Physics. And that'll be coming a little bit later. So that should be good. So that is that. You know what this is? Flickerbox came in with a $50 Canadian monies super chat. Says Ford never admitted to hitting the green, but Bill Maher called him on it. Han Solo blazing checks out. How else would you handle Wookiee drama? Carrie Fisher said they showed up smashed to Cloud City.
Yeah, but Carrie Fisher also had the giant cocaine fingernail, so yeah.
Oh, man.
Fun fact.
Yeah. This is just dumb. This is stupid. Shamsa has directly donated $1,000.
Holy shit. I can't even play the boobs because I know she's not going to like it.
Yeah, no boobs for Shamsa.
No, how about, let's do developer.
Developers. Yes.
The extremely rare developers right there.
Exactly. We need all the Steves in the chat, please. Thank you.
Shamsa, thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
It will.
For allowing us to do what we do on a day-to-day basis. You guys
She sent me a funny meme the other day, so shout out Shamsa.
What a queen. What a queen. Unbelievable. Thank you for that. Moriarty, Suna says, Moriarty may not believe that DEI causes the depletion of the quality of video games, but when he sees dirt, he will find it. Yeah. And Fallout says, Moriarty has deep connections to get this dirt. Excellent. Excellent. Well, I think he's doing some really, really good work over there for sure.
Yeah.
All right. We have a lot of support today, and we need to read it off. Vera, do you want to stick for that, or do you want to say au revoir?
I am going to head out a little early today.
Sounds good. Hey, everybody, head over. What are you at right now, Vera? What are you, 150 million subscribers yet?
145 nearly. I'll probably hit it today or tomorrow.
Ooh,
I know.
Wow, look at you.
Very
kicking
grateful
ass.
for all of the support.
You grifter.
I know. That's me. Don't wear it out.
If you haven't yet, head over there and subscribe to Vera's YouTube channel. Let's get her to 145. And if you guys are new to our channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Closing in on 111,000 subscribers, which is just absolutely spectacular. So, Vera, have a great rest of your day. Appreciate you popping in.
I appreciate being here, talking about the Game Awards and all of the hilarity and the cringiness, and happy holidays to everybody.
Hell yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you after the holidays. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good, Vera.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas. And Happy New Year.
Yep. Bye, guys.
All right, see you, Vera. All right. Once again, head over to Vera's channel and please subscribe to her. She's awesome. She's great. We love having her on. Great viewership today, guys. Really appreciate you guys popping in. Once again, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. That genuinely helps grow the show every single day. Once again, we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time, and we're here every day. So yeah, it's great stuff. Blabs, what do we got today?
Okay, have you gotten any Rumble rants? Because I know you have sometimes today. Forget.
I have not.
Okie dokies. Let me hit these guys up. Craig Muffin says, screw Naughty Dog under Neil Suckman. That dude eats corn on the cob the long way. Jose says, shut up, Blabs. Killing it when with the Harry Potter coverage on her channel. She needs to do a Harry Potter podcast with Mally and Ryan Kindle. I've actually been thinking about doing like a stream later down the line when the Harry Potter show comes out and get like a whole bunch of different people. That is some idea I've been playing around. And get like even people like on the other side of the aisle, because I do know a few of them and they are pretty cordial with me. They'll be like, all right, let's all just sit and talk.
You should.
Yeah, I might just do that. Anyway, thank you, Jose. B. Barrett says, Craig, did you see the trailer for a new 2D Ninja Gaiden? What?
Yes, I did. And I actually very much am excited to see that. It looked like a really fun game. It opened with kind of the classic Ninja Gaiden opening of the two ninjas coming at each other. And I loved everything about it. Made by the people who did Streets of Rage 4. And TMNT, Shredder's Revenge. So, hell yes, I'm very excited to see Ninja Gaiden getting that treatment.
Yeah. All right. Lone Wolf says, I keep thinking GameStop should move to a business model similar to GOG or Steam. I don't see how that would work.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Tilted World says, you've heard of pick-me's. Well, Alyssa is a pity me. She deserves an anti-slap from a Smash JT. That's funny. And Saint says, directed by Tommy Wiseau. All right, I think I got everybody on Rumble. Nope, here we go. One more. I challenged Blabs to a spreadsheet contest. Dude, I'm actually autistic with my spreadsheet, so don't even fight me. Like, I'll win. Sorry. All right, Trevor says, the new Turok Origins looks better than Intergalactic. The main protagonist design looks unoriginal and lazy. Bino says, Virtual Fighter is back. Oh no, big words I don't know. Thank you, yup. Torgo the White says, this Strider Metroidvania is great and on Steam.
Yes, it's awesome.
B-Chain says, Al Gore, Cahook. Neil Druckmann, Cahook. Oh, he's saying cock. Okay. Todd Howard, cock. I was like, what the hell is that word? Gear says, Japanese version, it's go shootu. Ugh. Listen. I don't speak Japanese. Can I get the Craig squash meme on a shirt, please? I'm just saying.
No.
That wasn't a type of squash. Was it an eggplant, wasn't it? No, an eggplant. It was a zucchini or something.
None. No.
Anyway, all the vegetables. Joe's guy says, after that image of Craig, I want to be dead. Thanks.
All right. Well,
TK says, it looks like they ruined Borderlands 4 when I thought Borderlands 3 was bad enough. I saw a lot of nothing burgers being served in a lot of commercials. Yeah, that was my overall thoughts about it. Like, I missed a good chunk here and there, but I was not impressed by anything. I was quite bored. And the fact that they only had 2 seconds for the actual awards and then they moved on to commercials, I was like, wow, you really don't care.
The amount of drive-bys, I call them drive-by awards, where they're like, here is the best this, and the nominees are this, and the winner is this.
Yeah, they don't even have any build-up tension. It was more like, oh, who's it going to be? None of that. They did not care. Very corporate.
Which for me, it's funny. I put a lot of notes down because I'm still working on the script for the Real Game Awards, and just to kind of give you a brief preview, like my notes last night, right? I'm gonna tell you what you won't see. 3 hours of trailers that paid to be on there, an industry circle jerk, because it's not for them. You won't see any celebrity cameos, and we're not doing acceptance speeches, right? Like, sorry, it's not for the industry. This is for gamers. So, anyways.
Very corporate.
Yeah.
Brandon says, quick shout out to my bro Nathan. Happy birthday. Well, happy birthday, Nathan.
Oh, Nathan. Dan,
is this Nathan? Because that's ironic if it could be the one right below him. If it is your birthday, Nathan, happy birthday. And if it's not your birthday, Nathan, happy birthday to the real Nathan.
Dan, are you... Hold on. Dan, are you back? Yeah, okay, Dan is here. Hold on, he has a message for you.
Happy, much happy birthday for you.
Oh, thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
It's
Thanks
kind of weird how he
me.
says much happy.
It is. It's very Brazilian. Yeah.
Yeah. Nathan says, what annoys me about the Muppet segments is TGA shows understands and respect the Muppets more than Disney does.
It's a great point.
True.
Yeah.
Wolfman says, I wouldn't wish Mercante on my worst enemy.
Not even to save cancer? Not even to end cancer. Come on.
Joe says, glad you enjoyed my meme, Craig. FYI, the mustache has nothing to do with me. That's all you, man.
Okay. Well, thanks for that.
Gear says, why no Exilium, Craig? It's XCOM, but with bionic waifus. Don't be fooled by how erotic the characters are, but it's war out there in the wild. Thank you. Dan has been a member for 14 months. Thank you so much, Dan. Nathan says, also, well done, CDPR. You made me hate Siri, a character many fans would have been fine playing as and completely turning me off the game. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, not the greatest look. I mean, she's not super duper ugly in comparison to other characters that have been coming out in the last 2 years, but not the greatest. Zanika Master says, to all of you, you can cure cancer, but you got to make out with David Jaffe for 13 minutes and 37 seconds. How about no elite speak?
As a matter of fact, if I was offered that, I would actually accept cancer and instead of making out for Jaffe for 13 minutes and 37 seconds.
What, you don't like all that beer?
I don't like all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kira says, for goodness sake, Craig, this isn't the wine show. 60 Watt says, skip the edge.
All right. Sorry. Hey, once again, I do want to point that out. You know, today we have a wonderful sponsor of our show with Surfshark. We're going to have more of those. And you guys need to understand that with sponsors actually coming to our show, number one, that's a really good thing because it allows us to grow the show, bring in new guests, potentially invest in flying people in or doing various things, you know, doing one-on-one interviews that we couldn't do before. It's massive. So yeah, we thank them. And if you guys don't have a VPN, use the link in the pinned chat or the description.
All right. Miner says, I like big butts and I cannot like.
Good for you,
Good
Miner.
for you. Agreed. MP Oz says, hello, friends. May I recommend checking out a new release, Spirit of the Samurai? I feel it might also satisfy Blabs' weebish taste buds, too. Spirit of the Samurai? Currently, I just caught up with Dun Dun Dun. I like that one a lot. I thought I didn't like it at first. The first episode, I was like, what the fuck is this? But it's good. Rudy says, Dick Van Dyke, like the original offensive name. Mercer says allegations are fake. Razorfist proved it. This is from Michael Jackson.
Yep.
B Chain says Rush released every song they made. Any song during recording that wasn't gelling would be cannibalized into other songs. I miss them. I'm sure they miss you too. The Easy Sleazy says some dad bought pizza with Bitcoin. And what happened?
Oh, that's my fault. I'm sorry.
Give it back. Anyway, with Bitcoin early on. Thanks. It says the storage unit belonged to Brian Lauren, who wrote Dude, the Bartman for The Simpsons that wrote songs with Jackson. Oh, what? The Highland Gigolo says, but I never got into crypto because it gives off Earth currency vibes and will become something evil in future. See how all sci-fi money is credits? MPR says, hey Vara, dye your hair black and it will make a great Moni Mortal cosplay.
Jeez. And Pause, thanks for your support, man.
Breaking, Nancy Pelosi rushed to hospital. No.
Really? Hold on, let's look.
Can you do a quick look? Look, I don't wish death on anyone, but she's kind of evil, so. Still, I don't really wish death on her. Just, go away, disappear off the politics. Zero Omega says, best of TGA was when Var saw the new Elden Ring. Yeah, that was a surprise. Hollywood Guy says, I don't know about you guys, but Siri and the new Witcher look manly and intergalactic. Well, DEI. She did kind of look a bit alienish. John Kanji says, Frankie is now a race driver now. Yeah, I actually read about him months ago because I was like, whatever happened to this guy? Now he drives cars. He and Cody should be friends. Wolf Spain says, of course it's about Malcolm's daughter. Always a daughter. Of course. Bullet Shepherd says, remakes, reboots, reimaginings, they're all retarded.
So, yes, Nancy Pelosi fell down. First off, she's 84 years old. She's, what? She potentially broke her hip while in Luxembourg, Germany, after suffering a fall.
Did she fall or she fell?
One of those. I don't think anybody like her fell. I think if they
What
did
about
get,
her husband?
well, okay. Hey, I think her husband accidentally fell on a dick. That's what I think.
So what'd she fall on? Dirt is king says, I'll be honest, I never heard of hot ones before you brought it up on a previous episode. Shinamex says $3.50.
$3.50 for your business? Okay.
Yeah. I have slammed the door on people offering me things like that. I told them to leave me alone because it always is a scam. You tell them, mercenary. Soul Silver says, tried to get a physical copy of Unicorn Overlord for my Switch on my city, and the retails of GameStop and Best Buy don't know why it is.
They have no idea. Oh, okay.
Nice. Aurelio says, went to GameStop on Black Friday, family reasons, and I asked what was on sale. They said Funkos. Bruv, you're a game retailer. What? Yeah, that's literally all I see in their stores is Funkos. Darth Queefius. I mined some Doge back in 2013 and sold for 50 British pounds in 2014 to help buy a GPU. It would have been worth over 250,000 in 2021. FML, bro. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
You just can't know with this stuff. Snake Fence says, Game Awards, a celebration of ADS.
Ads. Yeah.
Ads, yeah. Soul Silver says, Video Game Awards was live yesterday. I thought it was a Sony paid to shill awards.
So for reference, really quick, I was just looking at the Dogecoin price
Yeah.
right here. If you mined it in 2013, it was worth, what is that? That's not thousands, 10,000s. That's 600,000s, 6/10,000ths of a cent.
Damn.
And now it's sitting at 40 cents a piece. So golly.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, no joke, man. That's like you throw $100 into something when it's super low, just out of, just in hopes that it blasts off.
Landy says Stellar Blade deserved more love last night. Great gameplay, new IP, small studio, big success. It's exactly what the industry needs. Sonochi says, gotta love this segment about people in the industry but losing jobs. All they need is that in the arms of the angel plane. Pathetic, but great live stream last night. I'm sure Alyssa Mercante wanted to use that song, but couldn't because of copyright.
Right.
Main Ace Chase says, BMW is only 33% of a game. What monkey can't even climb? Huge missed opportunity. 20 million people bought incomplete game.
Oh, Black
Thank you
and
very
Blue,
much.
huh?
Yeah. Benjamin says, ew, it's so old. It already needs a remaster. Black Metal Gamer says, Naughty Slop is cooked, just like Ghost of Woketai. But do we know anything about the Ghost of Yotai update anymore? I've heard things say that there's people involved who is going to make it super duper woke, but I have not heard anything about it.
Yeah, we haven't heard much about it since the initial launch.
Who knows? Mr. Michael says, quantity doesn't equal quality. Emperor Creatine says, frankly, I'm surprised that Harrison Ford didn't actually call Kojima short round. I also can't wait for Neil Cuckman's Concord 2.
Could you imagine? Hey, short round.
Give me the rope.
Hey, give me the gun.
Bush and Ryu Cat says, next year, no Muppets, either a Trump Mumpa or Fraggle Rocks. I don't know. Rudy says, Todd Howard is 6'3". Source, Todd Howard.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
with his big boots. Money Wilson says Harrison Ford is known for hitting the Mary Jane hard.
Oh.
Interesting. So he's blazed. Maybe he was hanging out with Snoop Dogg backstage.
Right. Could you imagine a picture of Snoop Dogg and Harrison Ford in the background?
Yeah, on a couch just chilling.
That'd be so funny.
Jason says, what Muppets will be at the Real Game Awards?
Only me.
Lord Botha says, was shocked that Palward even got to acknowledge. Yeah, interesting. Adam says, stop making about trash games. You won't get layoff. True.
It seems like a simple formula. Really, it does.
Mm-hmm. The Hillane Juggalo says, tens of thousands of gamers have been laid off. No bureaucrats were laid off. People who love games, who work for those corps, are ultra rare now. True. James Opp says he is acquisition. That means he'd likely help them lose their jobs too. You can bet on that. Oh yeah.
If you don't think that guy who goes in and says we can acquire them but there's going to be redundancy, right? 1,000%. Oh, there's going to be redundancy and people are going to have to lose their job. Listen, that guy is, okay. I've dealt with corporal people like that. Trust me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Trust me, bro. Kyle says China's brilliant tank Western pop culture to elevate their culture and have influences across the world. In the end, to obtain political dominance. Yep. Stay-at-home Hippo says, didn't Tencent also get an award for environmental safe company while in China? The Game Corpers and journal shows are an Uber is eating itself. I don't even know how you say that word, but yes, it's true. They're full of shit. Play the High Note says, I feel like I entered an alternate timeline where Kamala won by a landslide watching the Game Awards last night.
That's okay. That's such a good statement because here's the thing. You're going to see society shift, right? We've started to see society shift. Gaming was the first to change. It will also be the last to change. It'll be the last industry.
You think so? I thought it was always just going to be Disney by itself.
No. The gaming industry will be the last thing to change as far as the entertainment that you see. And like I said, this is going to take years to get past.
Interesting. Taker says, Naughty Dog is making their own Star Wars Outlaws, huh? That will go well, I'm sure. Didn't Biden say he'd cure cancer before leaving office? Maybe he did, guys, and he just forgot to tell everybody.
He did. He actually did say he'd cure cancer, for sure. Delta came in and says, this generation, didn't it come out that she's around your and JT's age, Craig? Are you talking about Mercante? I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. John says, Queso is the biggest streamer of the year, literally. By the way, Queso loves these jokes. Glad he won. Thanks, John. Aiden says, hey, y'all, the VGA is a complete joke, and they should have praise. They should have praised and given Stellar Blade Game of the Year. Tomorrow, I'll cook pork chops and play Stellar Blade while having fun with the photography mode to take good pictures. Hey, Aiden, have a great time. Thanks for updates on your life. Okay, guys, what a great week we've had. I invite you guys always to come back on Monday when we kick ass. Back at it again, 11 a.m. Central Time. If you guys got gifted a membership today, make sure you guys say thanks again. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Remember, we have videos going up throughout the entire weekend, all the time, constantly. So when you guys see a video go up, make sure you guys click it. That helps on the YouTube as well. Hit the thumbs up button. Blabs, you got anything you want to tell everybody before we head out?
Subscribe to my YouTube. Thank you.
All right. Sounds good. Guys, have a great rest of your day. Go outside. Touch some grass this weekend. It's important.
I can't see grass.
Well, touch some snow this weekend.
Okay.
All right? Look, next week we're going hard. Then we got a Christmas break, like I'm sure everybody else will be. But we have a great week of programming lined up for you guys. We encourage you guys to hang with us every second of the day. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Have a great rest of your day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. If you guys got a goal, go get it. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Fatality.